Hey everyone, thanks again for joining me. I appreciate you guys spreading all the love and all the comments and likes and messages. So thank you so very much, first of all. Second, I wanted to go ahead and talk about just something I read in a book that I started. It's called Positive Energy, 10 Extraordinary Prescriptions for Transforming Fatigue, Stress, and Fear into Vibrant Strength and Love by Judith Orloff, MD. There's her book. And there's a little picture of her. Thank you, Judith. I'm enjoying your book. We got to the piece of, she talks about staying in the now, and she goes into to discuss the two common enemies of the now. And she got into workaholism. And she goes through and discuss, everyone racing between family and career, sacrificing every last ounce of energy to our children, our to-do list, like some mutating life form that just keeps growing, and the consistent desire for go, 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 go. I mean, all the energy drinks that we have and everything like that as well. So we all do that. And in that, she kind of went into asking the reader if they answer yes to one of these causes, that could be their cause of their workaholism. And the one that piqued my interest was no role models for showing self-compassion. And that one resonated with me because I can say that I didn't really have a role model of self-compassion. So through this journey of me finding who I am and, going through the process of meditation and self-reflection, you do come to that point where you're like, wow, I do have to focus on me. I do have to love myself. I do have to be compassionate with myself first before I can do this with anyone else. And that was an eye-opening moment for me reading this, was how long it took me to get to that moment. It took me 36 years to get to that moment and realize that I could forgive myself, and that I can have compassion for myself. Like, how can I not show myself these things and yet give them to others? I don't have anything to give you, So that was just it helped me kind of reflect back on growing up and, not having a mother or a father, and losing my grandmother that was really close to me and raised me and was really the one that taught me a lot about life and taught me a lot about spirituality. It was kind of my rock, for the short time that I had her, or we had her here. So when all that was gone, it was hard to be, or to find someone to show you how to be compassionate. It was always like, I have to be the best. I have to do, what I need to do, and don't show emotion and just grind, And if you mess up, well, that's on you, and you need to fix it. And everybody's in your ear yapping at you, telling you how horrible you are, and da-da-da, and whoop-de-whoop. And then you begin to believe it. And then there goes the cycle, right, of telling yourself you're not enough. And you begin to believe it. And then the universe begins, it just happens. You believe it, and it happens. Wow. We believe that, but it's so hard for us to believe the positive side of it. If we believe it, it will happen. How ironic is that? At any rate, I digress. So I wanted to kind of just touch on that for a second, because it just really blew my mind for a minute. Allowed me to kind of reflect on the tribulations I've had and say, wow, now I can see why I was so hard on myself. Now I can see why I was so hard on others as well. And that really kind of opened my eyes to see that we need to love ourselves first. And it holds true, you know, on both ends. We are our worst critic. And if we don't love ourselves, how can we love others? But you have to be taught that. You got to teach. You got to help people understand by teaching and being compassionate and showing that you own your own faults because you're human too, you know, and you are growing in this process, and we're all growing. And if, again, we can just learn that compassion and be understanding of everyone's human experience, it helps you grow and teach you about yourself and really just have that compassion. Yeah. I just want to talk about it for a second or 6 minutes or so. Because it was just inspiring to me, you know, having a daughter and having young nieces and nephews now around me. You know, you got to be cognizant of that and understand that you need to be that positive voice in the background, and you need to be that person that teaches them that self-compassion, so they are not the ones that are doing the same thing that you did. Break that cycle, you know, change it, teach our kids that compassion of self, and they'll have compassion to others. So, at any rate, I found it interesting. So, thank you again for joining me. I appreciate it. Yeah, stay hungry, stay blessed, stay present, stay strong, keep going, and never give up. Thank you once again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.